You guys better like this video after all this work. Hey everybody, welcome to Band Advice TV. So today we're going to tackle the issue of cable management. Now I'm not talking about the cables that are on your pedal board. I'm talking about the cables that run between your pedal board and your amplifier and the mess that can sometimes be. And we're going to see if we can kind of come up with a guitar player's version of an audio snake. So I'm your host Mark Allen V, and this is Can You DIY? So if you're running any number of effects pedals in conjunction with your amplifier, at a bare minimum, you're going to have at least two cables. You're going to have the cable that goes from your guitar into the pedal board, and then you're going to have another cable that's going to go from your pedal board into the front of your amplifier. Now let's suppose you're one of these players that wants to split your signal chain around, and you're going to have a couple of your pedals that are going to reside in your effects loop, but still sit on your board, while the other pedals are going to go into the front of your amp. Well, now you're looking at two more cables. You got the send and the receive that are going to go to and from your effects loop. And what if you happen to have a foot pedal that controls the onboard effects or the different channels on your amplifier? Now you're also looking at another send and receive cable. And if you're one of those rockers that has to have wireless, well then that's one other cable, the one that's going to go from the receiver into your pedal board. Okay, so now you're talking about 5 or 6 cables that are going from your pedal board to and from your amplifier, laying right there at your feet, traversing that stage. Yeah, if that doesn't sound like a tripping hazard that'll end your evening really quick, I don't know what is. So one of the easiest and most common things I've seen people do is just grab a roll of duct tape, just tape that stuff straight down to the stage and then peel it up at the end of the night. Yeah, don't use duct tape. Do not use duct tape. After 1 or 2 times of doing that, that residue that's left behind is just going to make those cables sticky and nasty, and you're going to end up throwing them out. I promise you that. Now, another solution I've seen people do is they'll just bundle up their cables like this and tie them together with these little Velcro cable ties every 6 or 12 inches. And the next thing you know, you've got yourself kind of the guitar player's version of an audio snake. But once again, you got yourself a nice tripping hazard sitting right next to you while you're jumping around on stage. So really what we want to do is we want our cables to be as compact and flat as possible so that we can tape them down with some gaffer's tape and not worry about catching our toe on it as we're rocking out. And I think I got a solution for it. It involves our good old friend zip ties. So check it out. And there you go, a nice flat, compact, low-profile pedalboard snake. Nice thing about this is you can just lay it down on the stage, plug it in, throw some gaffer's tape across the top of it, and you don't have to worry about catching your toe on it and nose diving into the audience. Unless that's what you're going for, but you know, it's your show, right? All right, a couple things though. First of all, this isn't something that you're going to want to do and undo every week. So get yourself some cables that you can go ahead and set this up as kind of a permanent thing. Then at the end of every show, just kind of wrap it up, throw it in your gig bag, unwrap it, so on and so forth. Secondly, don't make the zip ties too tight. You're going to want to be able to have some play in there in case you need to move the cables back and forth, if you need a little more slack on the end, so you reconfigure your pedal board. And lastly, and most importantly, especially if you're running pedal power, do not run any power cables in this thing. That's a big no-no, is to run power cables parallel to your audio cables. You'll build up some nasty hum in there that you just do not want. So you're still, if you're running pedal power, you're still going to end up with 2 different cords. You definitely need to keep them separated. So other than that, I think it's a pretty handy solution. So, if we're going to ask ourselves, can we DIY a pedalboard snake? I think so. All right, so until next time, though, I am your host, Mark Allen V, and this is Band Advice TV.